Benny's Adventure Team, assemble! Or not. Let's go find some treasure. Benny's Adventure Team? Assemble! Feeling lucky? Umbrella warfare, I guess.
Let's do this then!
Everybody stand back! Eat this! Strike a pose! Watch out! Haha! Watch out! you in song! Umbrella warfare, I guess! Feeling lucky? Coming at ya!
Yes, you are. Qualified after all.
I'm loving this treasure hunt. Watch out! Hiya! Cha! Teamwork is dreamwork! The show begins! Hey there! Oh, what a stroke of good luck!
Come on, let's do this then.
Out of the way or get blown away! Adventure time!
Let's go! Out of the
light it
way
up.
or get blown away!
Why do they never... Everybody stand back! Feeling lucky? Hiya! Haha! This one's got your name on it!
Yes, you are. Qualified after all.
Quick, let's pack it up. Thank you for Add Astro.
Know the secret. The sacred flame standing in this huge.
been looking really rough for Natlan lately. There are more and more commissions from the Adventurers Guild, and they're all related to the Abyss. Just waiting around won't do us any good. Let's go and see if there's anything we can do to help.
I see. Thank you so much. The Adventurers Guild has been overwhelmed these days.
No worries at all. We've always valued the strength of adventurers. Since we're facing the same enemies, I'll send you the intel we've collected on the Abyss so far.
All right.
Hi, Catherine. It's us. Got any new
You two have come just in time. I've got some good... Given how the Abyss has ramped up its activities lately, we can no longer afford to act only after receiving news of an... So the Pyro Archon suggested that the Scions of the Canopy and the Adventurers Guild focus on collecting and disseminating intel. That way, we can stay informed. Once we receive word of enemy activity, we can notify the nearest camp and the stationed forces can take immediate... Yes, precisely. This should also allow us to focus on... So please also take a chance to relax, you two. You've been working hard these days.
So that's the plan. Whew, we can finally stop and take a break. Keeping Natlan safe and sound is our priority now. The more can wait.
The movements of the Abyss are always unpredictable. There have also been times when it suddenly became more active in the past. The people here generally see it as something like an acute natural disaster. Once the disaster is over, everyone will return to their normal lives.
Oh, right. Most people have no idea just how bad the situation has gotten in the night. Oh, hey, Kachina! Are you feeling better? Kachina! Are you feeling better now? Oh, hey, Kachina! Are you feeling better? Wow! So we'll finally get to meet Shilonen, the legendary forger of ancient names! Paimon still can't believe anyone could forge those things. Hey, have some confidence in yourself, Kachina. After all, you're already a...
You might want to get a process.
I do love Spina di Rosula's logo. It was designed by my mother. Have you noticed how it's shaped like a heart?
Ah, yes, so I've heard. So young, and yet you've already got quite the reputation. Wait, are you Outlanders?
Yep, we're travelers who just arrived in Natland not too long ago.
No, I mean, I was aware that you're travelers. It's just no one told me that you're Outlanders. No, the only thing she said is that a new hero had pledged himself to the plan. But we'd need to forge an ancient name to ensure he'd be able to return safe and sound. And she did mention that it would be quite difficult to forge an ancient name for them, but at the time, I thought she was just commenting on my skills. But I seem to understand where the true difficulty lies now. No, I wouldn't go that far. I'm used to it, really. The Pyro Archon's requests are always difficult to fulfill, and we used to argue a lot. Honestly, it's probably for the better that she didn't bring this up at the time. Anyway, I can't argue with her if she isn't here, and it'd be pointless to take my anger out on someone else. But, just because I understand her rationale doesn't make me any less upset. After all, she must have known that forging an ancient name for an Outlander is an impossible task. As you probably know, an ancient name is a symbol of a hero's spirit and glory, which grows even richer. We forge ancient names by engraving the heroic deeds of an individual who will become the first hero of that particular name. But they were all performed outside.
Yeah, that's right.
Then those deeds haven't been recorded by the Night Kingdom. To take it one step further, even if you had performed heroic deeds in that land, as an Outlander, your actions still wouldn't have been recorded by our lands. Only memories and experiences that have been acknowledged by the Wyab can be used. Even the greatest of craftsmen cannot create something out of...
Seems the Wyab don't want just anyone to get a name, huh?
Mawika, of all people, should know better than anyone. Yet she's still entrusted the task of forging the ancient name to me.
Oh, Paimon gets it. Nobody's happy being asked to do the impossible.
Ugh, don't remind me. Let's just, focus on how we...
You mean you're already willing to...
Well, what else can I do? What's happened is already done, and it's not like I can out... If she gave me this order, then she believes the ancient name is an indispensable part of her plan, and that I'll be able to find a way. In other words, the order is an affirmation of my abilities.
Whoa, not only has she accepted the task, but now she's looking for silver linings?
The key is getting the Wyab to somehow acknowledge the traveler's existence and record his heroic deeds.
We heard the voice of a Wyab when we were in the Night Kingdom before. We even had a whole conversation with her. If we can talk to her again, maybe we can figure something out together.
Well, every tribe has their own Wyab. How do we know if the one you met is indeed the best one for us to talk to? Plus, considering the unprecedented nature of this situation, I have a feeling that the acknowledgement of one Wyab alone would probably not be enough. I don't know. That requires a level of... We need to find a consultant who's an expert on all things Night Kingdom and Wyab. The first person who comes to mind is Seat Lolly at the Masters of the Nightwind. The one we call...
Oh, we've heard that name before. We used her spirit speaker stone to find Kachina's... A person who can make something like that must be pretty impressive.
Still, she's older now and quite eccentric. It's hard to even book a meeting with her, given that she's constantly holed up in her room and doesn't like to be disturbed. I've heard that to get her help, you have to be extremely patient with her and...
I hate to break it to you, but...
Huh. Why is that? I mean, didn't she already help you before? And you even...
Well, yeah, at the cost of her...
Great going, Moeka. We're already off to... In that case, I guess your only option is to try to emphasize that this is an important order from the Pyro... I'll also write you a letter on your behalf. If you can find someone to deliver it and mention some good things about you, then that should...
Paimon sure hopes a Hal won't interrupt when he's talking, though.
All right, Kanich is a seasoned negotiator. I trust that he'll know the best things to say. Please just give me a moment to write the letter, and we can meet up.
Sounds good. We'll take a stroll in the...
I'm sorry to put this on you, Kanich. It's just that you're probably the only person who knows how to deal with her. Oh, wait, so Kachina and the Traveler also know about the plan?
Right. She mentioned there are 6 heroes and that Shilonen is one of 4 that have already been...
Oh, well, then I suppose there's no need to keep any secrets between us. Having companions walk by your side is perhaps the best solace when facing such a bleak reality.
Seat Lolly knows him too?
Given how the Masters of the Night Wind love to babble about dreams and revelations, they're already a pretty strange bunch to most. I've never met Auroran, but if they consider him the odd one, he's got to be pretty far out there.
Makes sense. But Paimon wonders how Seat Lolly could be the first one to notice Auroran's disappearance if she spends the whole day in her...
Huh, so if I'm following, you mean we'll help her investigate Auroran and the captain's whereabouts?
Yeah! Plus, we kinda owe her...
Ah, this is a pretty well thought out plan. As expected of Molly Poke Nietzsche. Then, yeah, I'll leave my letter to you. Let's hope Seat Lolly can meet at the stadium in 2 days. Okay, then let's part ways for now.
Oh, it's time to meet up with Shilonen. Let's ask her how things have been going. Hey, Shilonen, how's everything going?
Oh, hi, Traveler. I have, bad news. Seat Lolly did not
Huh? You mean she didn't even bother to give Kenichi a response?
Yeah, well, she can be also quite eccentric, though She's one of the most gifted people around. Even the Masters of the Night Wind often struggle to work with her. My guess is that she probably has other reasons for not... But let's go to the stadium and see if we can meet her there. If we do get a chance to talk to her in person, we can still try to...
That's true. Let's... doesn't see anybody. Seems she's just not gonna show up, huh?
Well, we tried to be as considerate as we could.
That might be true, but this is still a request from the Pyro Archon, right? Shouldn't the subject always answer the call of their Archon?
A subject? Well, if you ask me, yes, Mawika is our leader, but that doesn't mean there's any kind of tall barrier between us and her. The only thing is that she often has
Huh. So even though she's super powerful, it sounds like she's actually pretty down to earth. Unlike that old hag Granny Eatsley, right? Does she think she can ignore us just because she's famous? You all talk about her like she's some kind of huge deal, but she didn't even bother. If that's what aging does to you, Paimon never want...
Oh, really? So, that's how you see me?
Huh? Who's there? Who's talking?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just a disgruntled old hag, right?
Huh? See, Lolly.
Wait, you're Seatla?
Yes, Granny Eatsley. But emphasis on Eatsley, not Granny. Ah, you must know this trope from light novels, surely. They use it all the time. The young man who's actually the oldest person in the room. The girl next door who turns out to be a seasoned veteran. The wise sage who looks like a little kid. Oh, wipe that look off your face! You've seriously never seen an older lady that doesn't look her age? Okay, well, don't go thinking it's a trick either.
Did I forget to mention, she's called Granny, but, she's actually pretty young. It was an honest mistake. I guess we've...
Paimon, sorry.
What? How dare you? Don't you know it's rude to...
Paimon really didn't mean to offend you. It's... Oh, Paimon just wanted to apologize, but now she's putting more and more of her foot in her mouth. Really, Paimon...
It was my idea to invite you here, Seat Lolly. So if you're upset...
All right. I was only joking. I didn't mean to chastise anyone. There's really no need to take all this so seriously. If anything, I'm gonna feel awkward if we keep this going. I received Kenichi's letter and was planning to attend this meeting. Since I had already decided to come, I figured there was no need to draft a reply that simply said, "Understood." Besides, just showing up is the most important part. No? But... It's also natural for people to get held up by one thing or another as they're trying to leave the house. It certainly was a bit awkward to see that everyone else had arrived before me. At first, I was thinking of quietly sneaking over, but since you were already here waiting for me, I started to think about how I should phrase my apology. Only to hear you all talking smack about me. Anyway, that's the whole story.
What's with that expression? Was she feeling embarrassed?
When the Masters of the Night Winds say they struggle dealing with her, I wonder if the feeling is mutual. She seems to be pretty awkward.
Anyway, Shilonen, I heard that you require my help in
Correct. The situation isn't like anything we've handled before. Let me explain.
I see. So Mauika has asked you to forge an ancient name for an Outlander. Well, that would be a first. And you've also heard all about Auroron. I must say, he's always been a good kid. I can't see him joining the Fatui of his own volition. He must have been coerced somehow.
Yeah, that's what we came here to ask you. We'll help bring Auroron back if you help us solve the problems of forging...
I suppose I'll just call you Traveler for now. Traveler, come here. Let me take a good look. Wealth leads to unending conflicts between people. Yet you alone transcend the value of gold. Baleful thunder and wrathful waves bring terror to mortal hearts. Yet again and again, you've braved them to find new worlds. A weary yet free soul, even the most verdant leaf in the forest, will pray for your happiness and safe passage. Those are all the things that I could see in you. You've experienced far more than even most mortals could dream of. You possess the heart of a sincere hero, along with the conviction to... Huh? Don't move.
Huh? What thing? Don't scare Paimon. Is the Traveler gonna be okay?
Shoo! That should do it. You've just returned from the Night Kingdom, so some fragments of souls were still stuck to your body. No need to worry.
Isn't that kinda like having part of a ghost come back?
It's nothing as serious as that. If left unattended, the most it could do is stir up some chaos in your mind, and generally worsen your mood.
Well, in that case, better to get rid of them.
It was nothing. Shilonen, let's follow your proposal. Once you've brought Auroron back, I'll take you to see...
The Lord of the Night? But don't we need to talk to the Wyab of the tribes?
Something this important is beyond their jurisdiction. Only the Lord of the Night can decide whether we can grant an ancient name. The Lord of the Night is an ancient entity that rules over the entire Night Kingdom, constantly borrowing the power of the sacred flame to combat corrosion from the abyss.
Oh, so you're basically saying it's even more powerful than the Wyab of the tribes. Well, that sort of makes sense, being the lord of the entire Night Kingdom and all.
Not exactly. It's not so much that one's more powerful than the other. But never mind. That's not important. It would take too much time to explain. Just listen carefully to what I'm about to tell you. The Lord of the Night is currently in a deep slumber, and we can only communicate with its consciousness while in a trance. In other words, in a dream. But I will need to prepare a few more things if we are to hold a ceremony to achieve the state of the trance.
I can go. It'll probably be a long list, so better leave it to someone who knows all the local vendors.
Sounds good. Then we'll go with...
Phew, the Fatui are nothing to scoff at, so please, be careful during your investigation. If you need any help, just come find me.
Yep, we'll be sure...
All right, now it's time for us to catch that brat and bring him back. Oh, I'm sorry I made you wait earlier. It was actually because I decided he has always lived alone. And I found a broken jar in his house. There was also something off about his phlogiston aphids, which I assume is because their keeper has been gone for quite some time. And interestingly enough, I saw some slash marks in the house that did not match any of our local weapons.
Oh, sounds like the Fatui broke into his house and took him hostage.
But why would they kidnap a kid who just spends his days living in the country and raising aphids? He's only an... That's not to say that I believe he's totally innocent, of course. Since he's the only one who was kidnapped out of everyone in Natlan, he must have done something to attract... In any case, we'll get to the bottom of this one. I'm truly sorry to put you two through all this trouble.
You can count on...
All right, then let's start by heading to... This is the spot. An eyewitness claimed to have seen Auroron speaking to some Fatui soldiers here. I don't know how much you're willing to believe me, but Auroron really is a good kid. I see no reason why he'd suddenly get involved with the Fatui. I'm convinced that what the witnesses saw was actually the Fatui coercing him. Or perhaps trying to extract information. However, I doubt anyone would believe...
Didn't Kanich say that she's a big name in Natlan? Feels kinda weird to see her so frustrated and helpless like this.
Auroron? Well, he was left at the side of the road as an infant. And the people of the tribe took him in. He learned a lot from us. And once he reached adulthood, he built himself a house out in the countryside. He spends most of his days growing vegetables and raising aphids. He's always been such a good kid. He would even get his friends to deliver... Oh well, let's keep looking. He's been raising phlogiston aphids for a long time, and since they were disturbed, they secreted a special type of phlogiston. We can use that substance to track his movements. Let's follow the phlogiston trail.
Huh? What?
Oh, right. I forgot. Here, get... How about now?
What do you see? Whoa,
That's right. I used a spell to temporarily transfer a portion of my senses to you. For a short...
wow, you can even share your senses with us? First time Paimon's heard anything like that.
It requires a very rare spell that most people aren't adept at. But don't worry, it's a cinch for me. Between the two of you, it seems the Traveler's senses are a bit stronger than Paimon's. When I held your hand just now, I could sense that you've got a great affinity for phlogiston. Murex? Anyway, we'll need to use our vision.
Over here, this way! See, Lolly might say a lot of deep and confusing stuff, but this spell of hers is really something.
What was that?
Oh, Paimon was just complimenting you. Really?
All right, let's finish this fast. I'm going.
Shower me with your...
Out of the way or get blown
your
away.
name on it.
Loving this treasure hunt. How brilliant!
What does she mean by deep and confusing? As far as elderly shamans go, I'd say that I'm already pretty easy to talk to. Is there any other old hag who's as fluent in the language of the youth as me? But is my way of speaking still not trendy enough? I've already tried my best to match their speech patterns, but given the looks on their face, or perhaps I'm still not fashionable enough? But that can't be, right? Don't tell me there's...
Huh? Was that Seat Lolly's voice?
Now that I think about it, it's a good thing I found some helpers this time. Some things... Oh? They appear to be feeling quite confident.
Hey, looks like there's a new camp over there. Yeah, judging by...
Wait. Let me see.
Paimon sees a small shape here. Could it be...
This is a distress signal for the Masters of the Night Wind. Only someone from our tribe would recognize it. So Auroron was indeed being threatened. We've got to find... leaving such a subtle mark implies that he was trying to be discreet. In other words, he was if they notice us, we can just charge in and fight them to the death. But what if my darling grandson is also there? No. I've got to be careful. Otherwise he'd get hit as well. How annoying.
traces of people staying here too.
Wait a second. The phlogiston around here is jumbled up. I can also smell a mix of elements in the air. Pyro.
Kanich told us that you were super amazing. No wonder you can sense so many more.
It's about time. There are signs. Judging from what's left on the scene, there must have been a fight. But after that, the factions seem to have gone their separate ways. Both the phlogiston and the...
Do you still remember the little mark we found before? Paimon's thinking, what if Auroron wanted to leave another...
Given there are 2 signals leading from here, we should split up as well. I'll take this direction, and leave the... Auroron, what the heck were you doing? It's one thing to trouble me, but now I had to bring other people...
And off she... Traveler, did you hear all of that as well? Once Seat Lolly left, that voice went away as well. Paimon even tried calling her name inside Paimon's head, but there was no... So you were thinking the same thing. Paimon also thought that if we could hear what she was thinking, then she could probably also hear what we were thinking in our heads. She did say that she was quite adept at this spell, and it doesn't sound like she's had any trouble with it in the past. If you think about it, she's really got a lively inner world. It paints quite a different picture from Paimon's first impression of her. Some traces here. Let's follow them and see if we can find anything up ahead. Did you find something? Huh. So we can't tell. That's weird. The phlogiston trail suddenly stops. We can't make... But he can't have just evaporated into thin air, right?
So, you can hear the sounds of the wind from beneath. I'm very sorry, but please do not move. I apologize that our first meeting has to take place like this. It's just that you're much like one of those animals with ears that perk up as soon as and given your combat proficiency, I would not have been able to gain an advantage over you if you were anywhere else in the world. However, you're now in the Night Kingdom, a familiar domain to the masters of the Night Wind. Hello, traveler. I'm Auroron, the one you've been searching for. Ah, the Fatui's custody. I see. So even Granny has told you that I was coerced by the Fatui. My friend and I only left those traces to lure you here. Deceiving you was never our true intent, however. It was simply the fastest and most feasible way for us to set up a...
Greetings, traveler from afar.
Be careful with this traveler. His soul is temporarily restrained by us, and it appears to have become more fragile in the process. It's taking all my concentration.
It was I who tasked Auroron with leaving the traces to lead you here, and I who used the Master's ritual to bring your soul to the Night Kingdom. I've heard much about you from the past encounters you've had with my colleagues. Given the present situation in Natlan, I would like to sincerely request a formal meeting with you, in person. I will use the opportunity to explain my goals and motivations to you, as well as why I mistrust Malwika, the Pyro Archon. I believe there is little reason for you to blindly follow her plan. If you would like to hear our intel, then find us to the east of the stadium. But remember, not a word of this to anyone.
You will see me again once you return to reality. No matter what I say, please, help me keep this a secret. This is all to avoid dragging...
Hey, what happened just now? You said...
Hey, why are you sitting on the ground?
St. Lolly! He froze for a moment.
Could it have been those leftover remnants from the Night Kingdom? Do you have any itches or pain anywhere? Don't worry. We can take a short break. Sorry, I know I asked for your help. But...
If you're feeling sick, you should just say so. St. Lolly should be able to,
A seasoned traveler must know the importance of not pushing yourself beyond your limit. If you need it, in any case, let's take a bit. need to be...
Feeling better yet, Traveler?
All right, let's get... I followed my
Oh, so it's close by. Then let's head over right away.
Well, I recruited you to be... But if you want to make it up to... Look over there.
Huh? I don't think she sees the...
That's Auroron. So he really was taken...
All right, we'll take the lead.
Hey, quit daydreaming. Don't you have work to do?
I cannot see the... Without the sun, I cannot see the truth. You are currently blocking the light, so I must...
Huh?
Wow.
See, Lolly's struggling to control her temper now.
Are you ready? On my count. Still trying to resist? You've got no idea who you're up against! Everybody stand back!
You're toast! Out of the front.
Time to fulfill my duty! In this
Time to shine!
time for great
Fire! Well, with Ross.
Yes, this is it. Can't run from death.
Teamwork is strength! Feeling lucky?
I miscalculated.
Auroron!
Paimon knows she's called Granny Eats to Lead, but it's still kind of weird hearing someone actually call her Granny.
And greetings to you, too. Gramps?
What did you just call her?
Gramps? Is that not right? You're Granny's friend, are you not?
How many times have I told you? It doesn't work like that! There are a lot of people who look about the...
Oh, wait. He's not a child, is he? Don't tell Paimon he's one of those people who look like an adult but are actually only 8 or 9 years old.
Oh, your words have pierced my heart like a thorned vine.
Why are you so upset? You can just say yes or...
Of course I'm not a child. It's just, Granny always taught me to show gratitude where it's due. And since the master... Exactly.
But if you keep that up, then everyone's going...
And do you think saying all of this is Haven't I told you 100 times?
Be wary of beasts prowling around,
Oh, so you do remember, and you just chose to ignore that. You won't always be able to rely on other people coming to your rescue, you know. You're just lucky we got here when we did. Or we might be launching another...
I'm sorry, Granny. I'll be more careful next time.
Next time? Oh, good one. They didn't hurt you, did they?
No, they just asked me a lot of questions about Natlan's terrain and made me draw a map of the ley line distribution.
Okay, now answer me honestly. Were you...
Yes.
So why did you do it?
Because they said they would need my help from there on out. They also said that if I refused, they'd just...
Hey! I'm no ordinary granny! Thankfully, the Pyro Archon only asked that we find the mysterious individual from the Masters of the Night Wind, and didn't slap your name on a wanted poster. Don't think... Even if the truth that you see will soon manifest into reality, there is still no need to preemptively...
I'm sorry.
Forget. We can submit the details of this camp and the defeated Let's clean this place up and get back to the city. Auroron, you...
Sounds good. Should I bring some of my home...
You're...
Yes. I grow a lot of...
Now's not the time to be thinking...
Recite the 3...
Huh? No! You should
How exactly did the Masters raise this?
Oh,
Let's finish this fast!
Watch out!
I see. So Auroron came to the captain's rescue because he promised to help him in exchange for Lali's safety.
That's right.
Now that you know Auroron was only trying to protect another member of his tribe.
We'll give her a full report. We'll let you know.
Will I need to stay?
Technically, yes. But if...
Sure. I'd be happy to do that.
Understood. Thank you very much.
I understand. Thank you. And thank you too.
Well, at least you won't need to
Traveler, Paimon, thank you very much for your... Once Auroron is settled, I'll go talk to Shilonen and get started on forging an ancient name for you.
Oh, thank you!
You scratch my back, I scratch yours. Come with me, Auroron.
Goodbye, Gramps.
We're finally done. All right, it's time to find some grub. Huh? What? What? That captain? Sorry. Paimon just didn't see that coming. So you really saw him in the Night Kingdom? And he didn't attack you? Oh, that Auroron, what is he up to? He sounded earnest enough just now. All that stuff about protecting Lali and being forced to help the Fatui, when he's actually been a willing... Yeah, still, Paimon appreciates you telling her about this. We still have another whole day before the meet.
That's right.
Now that you know...
We'll give her a...
Will I...
Technically...
Sure.
Understood.
I understand. Thank you.
Well,
Traveler, Paimon, once Aurora...
Oh, thank you!
You scratch my... Come with me, Auroron.
Goodbye, Gramps.
we're finally done. All right, it's time to find some grub. Huh? What? That captain? All that stuff about protecting sea. Yeah, you're still. We still haven't.
What are they saying in the tribe?
Weird. Paimon doesn't see anyone. What was that?
Good evening. Nice to see you again.
It's you.
I'm terribly sorry. It's just a force of habit.
And what's with you apologizing all the time? You sound so polite.
You're right. Granny tells me that too. Huh.
Oh, so you're gonna call Paimon Granny too now?
Well, I could. It's all clear. Over.
Excellent. The fact that you showed up proves that I was right about... Yet, there's been a lot of talk about you. Child told me that you're passionate about the unknown and willing to take risks. Rather, if we allow the current state of things to continue, we will inevitably clash. And that's a scenario that I'd very much like to avoid. I've long heard of your exploits across the nations. Though you have crossed swords with my colleagues, and once you've learned the truth that the Pyro Archon Malwika would never
I assume you've already been informed of the Pyro Archon's plan. In order to defeat the Abyss and save Natlan, she still needs 2 more heroes.
Wait, how did you know that? Never mind.
I've long kept a close eye on her plan. To be frank, it's an exceedingly risky plan. Will the heroes really appear? And even if they come, if any part of the plan goes awry, all of Natlan. Now, you may have been led to believe that this is the only plan available to her.
An emergency plan?
Yes. A way to keep Natlan intact, even if her original plan fails. But given the painful cost of its execution, she has chosen to keep it as a mere backup plan. Whether this stems from hesitation, fear, or even naivete, I cannot... My fear is that given the enormity of the decision, she will be reluctant to confront the dire reality we face until it is too late. There will be no time. We have to make the decision for her. Here...
Yeah, do you have any evidence for all this? Just tell... Besides, wasn't it you who tried to seize the Gnosis for the Tsari?
I knew you'd be clever enough to see. That's right. I did not seek... Since I was defeated in battle, I must put to rest my thoughts about the Gnosis. But even so, and now, I have found a new way to solve the crisis. We can implement it immediately if we reach an agreement.
Someone's here.
Huh? The captain disappeared!
Something is rapidly approaching.
Something? Bad news, chump. It's your granny.
See, Lolly?
I knew something was amiss after we were separated. Hidden ceremonial tools, an unconscious traveler. How dare you go behind our backs like this, Auroron? Colluding with the Fatui? Really? Oh, here we go again. Cat got your...
I'm not trying to avoid any...
Oh! And now you're talking back. Well, go...
I'm sorry, Granny.
You! That's it! Where are my two...
Wait, see, Lolly! Please, calm down. We, still learned a lot of info, didn't we? So, maybe just save the scolding for later?
Listen well, Auroron. You're only getting out of this now because of the You're right, Traveler. Let's go. In all my years, I've never had a child cause me so much grief. Why did you help the captain? No answer? Think... Just use your brain for a second. What do you You've always been a good kid. Why would you throw that all away now?
Why is he...
I'm sorry that you have to hear all this. Indeed. It's like going to visit a friend at his house, only to suddenly hear your friend berating...
Well, that's an oddly specific analogy.
Yes. And every time my friend scolded his Saurians, they would look at me the same way you're looking at me now. Helpless and embarrassed.
Wait, but you're the one getting your head chewed off. Stop making the...
Indeed. You've got a point.
Oh? You dare gossip between...
sorry.
Sorry, Granny. You say all the right things, but then you go and completely ignore me. Well, if that's how you're going to treat me, you can stop sending Aoife over to my place.
Who's...
That's irrelevant. The point is, he hangs out with this kid, so he must be no good. Auroron, if you're still thinking about that so-called duty, then please, just forget about it. The ley lines did not fall to this state because of you. And we've
seems they've started talking about some kind of tribal history.
That's not it, Granny. I know you tend to get down on yourself when you're upset, but I can tell I really hurt you this time. All I can say is
His voice. Auroron!
It sounds like he's somewhere super far away, but isn't he right here in front of us?
I'm really sorry. It's up to all of us to do everything we can to save...
Get back here this instant! Auroron! What is this?
What just happened? How is...
It's a trick of his. If you grind spores into a powder and spray it in the air, it can be manipulated to create an He pulled it off flawlessly. He must have put a lot of time into perfecting it. Don't tell me that's how he's been hunting in the fields these days. Ugh, little brat. That's it.
Whoa, that's a little extreme. But still, why does he feel like he needs to run?
I'm sorry for interrupting your conversation with them earlier. But even if you'd been able to, Auroron probably did everything he could to get away because he knew I'd get the truth out of him sooner or later. We've got quite a long walk back to the city. Let's take our time. Do you two have some time? Feeling hungry? How about we get something to eat?
Oh, right. It's been a while since we last ate. Now that we can relax, Paimon just realized how hungry.
Then let's go. We can find somewhere to sit down and talk. Food and drinks are on me.
How did this become Paimonville? Sweet lolly. All right. So you can just sit back and enjoy.
Hey, come on now. You won't eat.
Are you sure? Sure, that's fine with us.
Don't worry. Do you see two people standing by the door? They look...
But...
Huh? How could that be? I guess my mind isn't...
Do you think she's drunk?
There you go, miss. Oh my, it's not every day you get to see Granny.
Oh, so you've heard of us?
Of course I have. Aren't you the ones who saved Kachina and brought her back? No wonder you hit it off with Granny Citlali. She wouldn't spend time with just
Wait, so you...
Well, given our ages, it'd probably be more accurate for me to call her my great-great-granny. She's one of the most famous people at the Masters of...
Huh?
Oh, please, Granny, I wouldn't dare. I'm just beyond happy to see you bring over some...
All right, that's enough. Go on now. I'm sure the other customers would like to...
Citlali? Citlali?
Who's that? You got some...
Are you still with us, Citlali?
You chumps come around here, picking fights with me? Well, you know what happens next. You lose, and then run off home to tell everyone about how I'm this big scary bully. It's always the same story. And, I mean, come on! Monster?
Granny Citlali, you're not a monster at all.
Exactly! And while we're at it, I'm not some lazy slacker either. Between meditation, advising... oh yeah, and I have to mentor all the new kids! Hey, new kid! Yeah, you! Don't play dumb. Didn't I teach you how to find phlogiston? You see? That's more like it. About dang time someone showed me a little respect. Yeah, Granny's a hard worker, all right. You can always rely on old Granny.
Did she just fall asleep?
Behind this pitch-black curtain, a chapter of hatred reveals itself. Behind the smoke, the lingering smoke.
Ah, she's meditating again. She does this whenever she's had a few too many drinks.
Is this another specialty of them?
No, I'd say it's an ability that's unique to Citlali herself. While she can easily pick...
Warning, warning. Red. Red, the color of danger, has now Huh? Traveler?
What's wrong?
I'm gonna hurl.
Hang on!
You had Paimon worried. Paimon really thought...
How embarrassing. I'm sorry you had to see me like that.
Are you feeling okay? Wanna take a quick walk?
There's so much that I want to say.
Why not? Of course you can. Just say whatever's on your mind.
Please, Paimon. It's not as simple as you think. We've only known each other for a few days, right? What would you think of me if I were to start dumping all of my...
Oh, Paimon gets it. You're hoping that we wouldn't think less of you no matter what you're about to say.
No, that wasn't my point at all. Seriously, don't you youngsters know anything about shame? I'm talking about shame. I've lived...
Actually?
Huh? Tell me what?
Yeah.
So...
It's okay, Sweet Lolly. You had
I can't take it anymore! Hearing me mumble under my breath is one thing, but hearing what I mumble in my... It's just like when you're rolling on the floor in your pajamas, but you forget to lock the door, and someone bursts in to deliver cabbages.
So that,
It happens to people in general, okay? Doesn't matter if you're 200 years old or 1,000 years old. Everyone rolls around in their pajamas sometimes. I was just picking something... Take a walk with me.
Looks like she's completely given up. Like those criminals who just confess everything and accept their fate.
The biggest one in history.
My time with the Spina has taught me that carrying an unreliable weapon is worse than not carrying one at all.
I need to find time to send those Saurian relics for appraisal.
The biggest one in history.
Where's Agemo gone this time?
I need to find time to send those Saurian relics for appraisal.
The biggest one in history.
I do love Spina di Rosula's logo. It was designed by my mother. Have you noticed how it's shaped like a heart?
I need to find time to send those Saurian relics for appraisal.
The biggest one in history.
Oh,
I need to find time to send those Saurian relics for appraisal.
The biggest one in history.
time with the Spina has taught me that carrying an unreliable weapon is worse than not carrying one at all.
I need to find time to send those Saurian relics for appraisal.
I really want to go traveling. I don't mind where we go, as long as I have my friends with me.
Where's Agemo gone this time? The biggest one in history.
I need to find time to send those Saurian relics for appraisal.
Where's Agemo gone this time? The biggest one in history.
I need to find time to send those Saurian relics for appraisal.
The biggest one in history.
I do love Spina di Rosula's logo. It was designed by my mother. Have you noticed how it's shaped like a heart?
I need to find time to send those Saurian relics for appraisal.
The biggest one in history.
Time to send those Saurian relics for appraisal.
My time with the Spina has taught me that carrying an unreliable weapon is worse than not carrying one at all.
Time to send those Saurian relics for appraisal. I need to find time to send those saurian relics for appraisal.
Oh, oh,
I need to find time to send those saurian relics for appraisal. I need to find time to send those saurian relics for appraisal.
The biggest one in history.
I really want to go traveling. I don't mind where we go, as long as I have my friends with me.
Time to send those saurian relics for appraisal.
Where's Agemo gone this time?
I need to find time to send those saurian relics for appraisal.
The biggest one in history.
Where's Agemo gone this time?
The biggest
I
one
need to
in
find
history.
time to send those saurian relics for appraisal.
Where's Agemo gone this time?
The biggest one in history.
I need to find time to send those saurian relics for appraisal.
The biggest one in history.
I need to find time to send those saurian relics for appraisal.
My time with Espina has taught me that carrying an unreliable weapon is worse than not carrying one at all.
The biggest one in history.
I need to find time to send those saurian relics for appraisal.
process if you don't keep your voice down. What
Well, great view, right? I love coming here by myself.
Oh no, what do we do?
I was an expression, okay? A figure of speech. Let's just have a casual
Really? You don't—
Well, I guess I used— And you're right. I don't use— I'm just an eccentric old hag to them.
What? You're just a regular
The kids of my tribe would have a heart attack if they heard you say that. Granny Eatsley is a powerful figure.
Well, you are, pal.
Some are. Others are mad I always come out on top. A few decades like that. What about you?
We don't find you scary at all.
That's because you're not from my tribe. You don't know how many delusions of grandeur I make people realize that no matter how hard they work... Oh, not to brag or anything. Maybe it's hard to believe.
We believe you. Shilonen has full faith in your abilities, and Auroran didn't seem scared of you. He thinks of you as his granny, right?
Yes, but Mawika already told you about her plan. And you've given so much help. Auroran's not like other people. As I mentioned, the reason being, his soul is incomplete. The Masters of the Nightwind, no one knows who his parents were. He was just left on a rock in the wilderness. The Masters of the Nightwind believe they can see human souls. And in Auroran's incomplete soul, they saw a possibility. To turn Auroran, the ceremony would allow lost souls to gather within him. Auroran would then be sent to the Night Kingdom to return the souls to their rightful place. Strengthen.
Wait, that doesn't sound right.
Now, you see the problem. When damage occurs to the Night Kingdom, the souls held within disperse and remain adrift, unable to find a way back to the ley lines. This loss of souls damages the Night Kingdom even further. The ceremony can send back countless souls at once, which would benefit the Night Kingdom and the souls themselves. Of course, the vessel, Auroran. I wasn't surprised the chief at the time came up with the plan. The ley lines were already in a terrible state. A suitable candidate for the ceremony. When the chief asked for my opinion, I didn't give my approval, but I didn't object either. So they went ahead with the ceremony. Pathetic, isn't it? By not objecting, I basically gave them the go-ahead. Maybe they didn't have my explicit approval, but it's not like— Of course, in my tribe, death is rarely something to fear. But what kind of message would we be sending by sentencing a newborn to death? By using a human life as a tool? It's not right. So, when I learned the ceremony had failed, the plan was never a secret. Or, I guess I should say, there was no point to keeping. Everyone thought he would be happy he survived. And he never really— He asks this question.
Wait, but—
He knows that. But he still feels guilty. Maybe he chose to work with the Fatui because he still thinks he owes a debt.
Traveler, didn't the captain say he found a way to solve the crisis? Maybe— Anyway, we can't just let things go on like this. We have to convince him to come— You don't look so good.
Probably drank too much. Boogie!
Hey, we're friends.
Good point. Friends. I like this.
Auroran's probably back with the captain, don't you mean about the backup plan? Yeah, you're right. We should just go to her direct, but she's probably asleep.